Hi guys, so I'm going to do an extra upload very quickly, and that is because of Ben Adius. He definitely said, I would like a demonstration please of the solitaire variant of Duel Spirits involving the Emperor Monarch. So that's what this is going to be. I am technically going to be playing on easy mode, and easy mode means the Emperor is going to be revealing 2 cards per turn, as well as him being targetable by his own monster's effects in a negative way. Hope you enjoy. Videos by YGOSmurf. Be creative. Alright, so starting off, when you're going to be facing or dueling the Emperor Monarch, what you're going to need to do is take a pre-shuffled deck of that list, and you're going to go ahead and start at the bottom until you find the first level 4 or lower monster. This time it's Samsara Kaiser. He is going to go on the Emperor Monarch's field in defense mode. I'm just going to go ahead and say the Emperor Monarch goes first this game. So after you pick the level 4 or lower monster, you're going to shuffle back up the Emperor Monarch's deck. You might be asking, well, why does he get to start out with a monster? And that's because this deck relies on tribute summoning, and if the first 2 cards you reveal are a Monarch and you have nothing to tribute summon for that Monarch, the games get slow. So I added in this rule to make the games more consistently fair. So the deck that I'm going to be facing the Emperor with is a version of my Rock Dust deck, which has no synchro capabilities, so it is going to be just focusing on the Kokumirus and their negation and stun effects, and we will see how it plays against it. I have honestly never played my Rock Dust against the Emperor Monarch before, so this will be a nice little first for both of us. So, since I did say the Emperor Monarch is going first, I will draw my 5 cards, and when it is my turn, I will draw another one. So, with my hand, I have nothing that can activate on the Emperor's turn, so we're just going to play it out. So, you're going to start with revealing 2 cards off the top of the Emperor's deck. The first one is going to be Ryza the Storm Monarch. So, Ryza the Storm Monarch is going to be attempted to be tribute summoned. We have Samsara Kaiser. Samsara Kaiser is tribute summoned for Ryza the Storm Monarch. Now, because Samsara Kaiser effect says, when you tribute summon a monster by tribute summoning this card, return this card to your hand. So, before we reveal the second card of the turn, this attempts to go into the Monarch's hand. When the Emperor's own cards return something from the either graveyard or field to the hand, it is immediately activated or resummoned. So Samsara Kaiser is resummoned in defense mode. That is important to note that all level 4 or lower monsters in the Emperor's deck are always summoned in defense mode. So Ryza's the Storm Monarch's effect is going to activate because it says when this card is tribute summoned, target 1 card on the field and return that target to the top of the deck. Now, since the only other card on the field is Samsara Kaiser and the Emperor would prefer to keep Ryza on the field, the Samsara Kaiser will return to the top of the deck as normal. Then we go to reveal the second card, and we know it's Samsara Kaiser. So that is the Emperor's first turn. Now it is my turn, so I'm going to draw a card. I have a Kokimir Wall, a Kokimir Guardian, a Mystical Space Typhoon, a Supply Squad, a Pot of Duality, and a Trap-Trix Murmillo. So I think I'm going to start off by normal summoning a Trap-Trix Murmillo, getting its effect to search for a whole trap card and add it to my hand. Since all of the tribute summons are considered normal summons from the Emperor's deck, I'm going to go ahead and grab a bottomless trap hole. Shuffle my deck, add to my hand. I'm then also going to activate Supply Squad, set my bottomless trap hole, and set my Mystical Space Typhoon, and then go ahead and play a Pot of Duality, which reveals another Pot of Duality, a Gigantes, and my own Grand Mog, the Rock Monarch. I'm going to go ahead and add the Pot of Duality, so that way next turn maybe I can get something more efficient. So I'm shuffling my deck again, because that's what Pot of Duality says. Traptrix Murmillo I'm going to use to attack Samsura Kaiser in the battle phase. So I'm going into the battle phase. Traptrix Murmillo attacks. Samsura Kaiser only has 100 defense. Traptrix Murmillo has 1600 attack. It goes to the graveyard. It's been defeated. What a shame for the Emperor. Now I pass, and it is the Emperor's turn. So the Emperor is going to reveal its first card, and it is Mobius the Mega Monarch. Now, because the Mobius the Mega Monarch can be tribute summoned by tributing one tribute summon monster, it is going to tribute Ryza the Storm Monarch, and she'll summon itself. However, since Ryza was the only monster on the field, Mega Mobius had to use him as a tribute material. If I had Ryza and a regular Mobius on the side of the field, the Mega Mobius would attempt to get rid of the regular Mobius in order to get the extra effect for tributing a water monster. But that's not the case, so it's gonna go off. So Mobius's effect is gonna go off. When this card is tribute summoned, you can target up to 3 spell or trap cards on the field and destroy those targets. It was not tribute summoned by a water monster, so the additional effect will not apply. So since I have 3 spell and trap cards on the field, they will all get destroyed. But I do get to chain Bottomless Trap Hole on the summon of Mega Mobius, so he will go ahead, get destroyed and banished, but my 3 cards will still have to be destroyed. Alrighty, and no, I did not plan that at all. This is just pure luck. So we're going to reveal the second card of the Mega Monarch's deck, and it was a regular Mobius. Since I have no tribute fodder on the Emperor Monarch's field, and Mobius can't be played, he's going to go onto the bottom of the Emperor's deck. Same goes for any card that cannot actually be activated. It will go onto the bottom of the Emperor's deck. The Emperor Monarch has to pass. It has no other cards to reveal, has no monsters on the field, so it cannot enter the battle phase. I get to go, I draw. I am once again going to activate a Pot of Duality to reveal a Supply Squad, a Kokimir Sandman, and another Mystical Space Typhoon. I am going to add the Supply Squad, not the Mystical Space Typhoon. These guys will go ahead and get shuffled back together. I can also summon this turn, however, I can still normal summon, and I will go ahead and normal summon my Kokimir Guardian, which negates effects monsters. Summon, or activate Supply Squad. During my end phase, I have to reveal Kokimir or destroy him. I have to reveal a rock monster or destroy him, so I will reveal Kokimir Wall, which is a rock monster. And I didn't attack, I went straight to the end phase. That was silly of me. Whatever. Emperor's turn, because I misplayed already. So, I reveal the first card, which is the Monarch's Awaken. Since the Monarch's Emperor has no cards in its extra deck, this effect will go off. Target 1 face-up tribute summon monster you control. Its effects are negated. Also, it is unaffected by the effects of cards other than this card. Well, hold on. Now see, it can't resolve because I don't have any tribute summon monsters. So it will also go to the bottom of the Emperor's deck. So then we're going to reveal number 2, which is Level Eater. He gets to come out in defense mode, and the Emperor passes. I draw. I drew a Fossil Dino and a Kokimir Wall. I'm going to go ahead and summon Kokimir Wall. I'm going to attack. So Guardian was first, killed Level Eater, then 1600 to the Mega Monarch and 1900 to the Mega Monarch, putting him at, I don't have a calculator, putting the Emperor Monarch at 4,500 life points. And that is the end of my turn. I have to reveal a rock monster. Both of these guys get destroyed. I reveal Fossil Dino for him and Fossil Dino for him. The Emperor's turn. So, another Monarch's Awaken. That sucks. Can't be activated. No tribute summon monsters on the field. Goes to the bottom of the deck. Then we have reinforcements of the army. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Emperor's deck because we have to search for a level 4 or lower warrior. And we start at the bottom and we go until we find one. And we found Majesh, whatever, I really can't pronounce this guy's name. That guy. And his effect reads, cannot be spell summoned except by its own effect. If this card is tribute summoned for a tribute summon, cannot be special summoned except by its own effect. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon during your next standby phase, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck during the turn you activate this effect. And he will go into defense mode with his 2000 defense, and reinforcements of the army makes us shuffle the Emperor's deck, so that way maybe the Emperor can get a better pull. Next turn. And since the Emperor has no monsters in attack mode, it will be skipping his battle phase and going straight to his end phase, which is then my turn. I draw. I get a Mystical Space Typhoon. I am going to go ahead and... I don't know. I'm actually not going to summon anything because I can't attack over Majahashalin anyways. So, I'm going to pass. It is the Emperor Monarch's turn. Reveal card 1. It's a Samsara Kaiser. Reveal card 2. It is the Monarch's Thunder. So the Monarch's Thunder actually has a special rule, and I believe now in the TCG it's called the Monarch Strike. This is just a playtest version of the deck that I printed out for me. And so what its effect does is tribute one face-up level 5 or higher normal summon monster you control. Then target one face-up card on the field and negate its effect. Then draw one card. This negation lasts until the end of the turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then declare one attribute. All face-up monsters on the field become the attribute until the end of the turn. Now, like I said, it's got a special rule. So, first off, even if I don't have a tribute summon monster on the field, I get to reveal an additional card this turn for the Emperor. The second rule is that if I will be tributing a Mega Monarch, I will banish this card to get the attribute effect of that Mega Monarch regardless of the tribute summon monsters. So, with the additional reveal from the Monarch Strike, we reveal Kurza the Light Monarch. So we're going to go ahead and sacrifice the Samsara Kaiser. Samsara Kaiser effect instantly activates, going back to the Emperor's hand, which then gets instantly summoned. Now, I could have negated that with Kokimir Guardian, but Kuraz Light Monarch's effect is about to go off, so I'm going to wait for that effect. And so, Kuraz now gets to be officially normal summoned, and his effect is going to activate and attempt to resolve. So, when Kuraz is normal summoned or special summoned, you can destroy up to 2 cards on the field. For each card destroyed, that card's controller draws 1 card. This card cannot attack during the turn it is normal or special summoned. So Kuraz is going to go ahead and target my supply squad because that's my biggest threat for the Monarchs, because it wants me not to have continuous cards, and Kokimir Guardian because it doesn't want other effects to be negated. However, I can go ahead and sacrifice Kokimir Guardian, negate Kuraz's effect, and destroy him. Rough time for the Emperor Monarch. And since the Emperor Monarch does not have any monsters in attack mode, it will pass on to my turn. I drew a trap hole. I'm going to go ahead and set it. I still can't get over Mashahaz's whatever, so I'm going to pass. I have to reveal Fossil Dino for Kokimir Wall. It is the Emperor's turn. Reveal 1 card, the Monarch's Awaken. I can't activate it because there is no actual tribute summon monster on my field, so it goes to the bottom, and then I draw another card. We have Zaborg the Mega Monarch. Now, like I said, because the Monarch Strike 4th is in the graveyard, it will be banished, causing these guys to be treated as light. They will both be sacrificed for the tribute summon of Zaborg the Mega Monarch. Now, Majahesh, whatever this guy's effect is going to activate on the Emperor's next turn, but Samsara Kaiser will get to be normal summoned this turn because it attempts to go back to the Emperor's hand, which then gets normal summoned. So Zaborg, the Mega Monarch's effect is going to activate and attempt to resolve. Now, You can tribute summon this card by tributing one tribute summon monster. When this card is tribute summoned, target one monster on the field. Destroy that target. Then, if it was a light monster, both players send as many cards from their extra deck to the graveyard as possible, but not more than destroyed monster's original level or rank. If this card was tribute summoned by tributing a light monster, which it was, thanks to the Monarch strike. Add this additional effect. You choose the cards to be sent to the graveyard from your opponent's extra deck. Neither of my cards are light, so one monster is going to be ahead and destroyed, and that is going to be Kokomira Wall. However, I get a reaction to Zaborg's normal summon, which is activating my trap hole. So this guy will actually be destroyed because he was normal summoned with more than 1,000 attack. So Zaborg the Mega Monarch dies, but Kokomira Wall still dies because of Zaborg the Mega Monarch's effect. And neither of us have extra decks, so neither of us will be sending cards from the extra deck to the graveyard. Since I did have a monster that was destroyed thanks to Supply Squad, I will draw a card. I drew a Traptrix Murmillo. Now, since once again the Emperor does not have any attack position monsters on his side of the field, he will not attack and go straight into his end phase. I draw for my turn. It is Grand Mog the Mega Monarch. Woo! I am going to summon another Traptrix Murmillo, and you guys are thinking, well, this is a little boring. I'm adding a Void Trap Hole, which can only work on special summon monsters with 2,000 or more attack, and I do not believe the Mega Monarch has any way of actually special summoning the big guys. But I'm going to set it anyways, along with my Mystical Space Typhoon, and then I'm going to attack with the Traptrix Murmillo, destroy the Samsara Kaiser, and then attack with the other Murmillo to bring down the Emperor from 4,500 down to 2,900, and I will pass the turn to the Emperor Monarch. Now, before the reveal step happens, YGOSmurf gets to activate his effect, which summons him once again into defense mode because he was used for a tribute summon. Now we reveal the first card. It is Treeborn Frog. It goes into defense position because it is level 4 or lower. Then we will draw into Zaborg the Thunder Monarch. Now, realistically, it doesn't matter which effect fodder you use to tribute summon, but normally you use the effect fodder that has been on the field the longest, which is now technically YGOSmurf. So he will go ahead and get sent to the graveyard. His effect will activate next turn. Now, Zaborg the Thunder Monarch effect will get to activate. When this card is tribute summoned, target one monster on the field and destroy that target. So the Emperor is going to target one of the Murmillos. It's going to be destroyed. I'm going to get to activate Supply Squad and draw another card. Now we will enter the battle phase because now the Emperor Monarch finally actually has a attack position monster on his side of the field. So we're going to enter the battle phase. The way that the Emperor Monarch will attack is if the Emperor Monarch's monsters have higher attack than the defending player's either defense or attack, that monster will attack regardless of face downs. So since Traptrix Murmillo has lower attack and is in attack mode than Zaborg with 2,400, Zaborg will attack Traptrix Murmillo. I have no cards to react to an attack, so Traptrix Murmillo will be destroyed, and I will take 800 life points, bringing me down from 8,000 to 7,200, and the Emperor is now going to pass his turn because he has nothing left to do. My turn. I get to draw a card. I drew Guardian, and I drew Gigantes from my Supply Squad last turn. Okay. So realistically, the only way I can get out something that can beat Zaborg is by running into it with Grand Mog the Rock Monarch right now in my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and summon Traptrix Dionia. When it is normal summoned, you can target one Traptrix monster in your graveyard and special summon that target in face-up defense position. So I'm going to go ahead and summon Traptrix Murmillo. When Murmillo is special summoned, when this card is supposed to summon, target one spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy that target. Opponent controls no spell or trap cards, so nothing gets destroyed. Now the reason why I did that is because I want to try and keep as many monsters on my side of the field as possible, so that way next turn when I have the chance to summon my Grand Mog, I will get to summon him. So in that effort, I will also be summoning Gigantes by banishing one Earth monster from my graveyard from play. So I'm going to actually banish the Murmillo, because rock monsters are important in the graveyard for this deck, and I will summon him into attack mode. Now I will enter my battle phase and attack Treeborn Frog with Gigantes, even though it doesn't really matter. And I will end my turn. It is going to go to the Mega Monarch's turn. The standby phase will activate before revealing the cards, so Treeborn Frog will come out because there's no spell or trap cards, and Masha will come back because he was tribute summoned and tribute fodder last turn for a tribute summon. So the Monarch will reveal the first card. It is Delg the Dark Monarch. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can select up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard, remove them from play, then send the same number of cards from the top of their deck to the graveyard. During the turn this card is normal or special summoned, this card cannot attack. So, since we actually ended up summoning Treeborn Frog first, Delg will use Treeborn Frog as the fodder. That's important to note, that Monarchs will never use another Monarch as tribute fodder unless that is the only option. So, Delg will come out, his effect will activate. Since I believe I only have 2 other monsters, it's Wall and Guardian, they get banished, and then the top 2 cards from my deck will be sent to the graveyard, not banish. Gaia the Plate Earth, that's really bad for me, and so is Trap Circus. Dionia is really bad for me to hit the graveyard. Alrighty, now we will go to the Emperor's Reveal second card. It is Theseus, the Firestorm Monarch. So we're gonna go ahead and sacrifice Masha and summon Theseus, the Fire Monarch. So when Theseus is summoned, when this card is tribute summoned, discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. If it was a monster card, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the level times 100. All of my cards in my hands are monsters. Hopefully he doesn't get the Grand Marg, but it won't really matter because all of my monsters will be getting destroyed this turn. So, 1 at random, middle, and it is Guardian. So I will take 400 damage, bringing me down to 68 from 72. Alright, so since the Emperor Monarch does have monsters on his side of the field in attack position, he is going to go into battle phase. So, Zaborg is going to attack first because he was on the field the longest, then Delg, then Theseus. Person who's on the field longest always attacks first and always is tributed first. Okay, so Zaborg is going to go ahead and attack Dionia. It doesn't really matter in which order they attack because they all have the same attack points. So Dionia will get destroyed, Supply Squad will activate, I will get to draw a card. Delg will attack this Murmillo, it'll get destroyed, and this is the Firestorm Monarch will attack, destroying Gigantes. So because Dionia is 17 and Gigantes is 19, I lost 700 and 500, equaling to 1200. So from 68 minus 1200, I will go down to 5600 life points. Gigantes also has an additional effect. When this card is destroyed as a result of battle and sent to the graveyard, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. So unfortunately, I do lose my Supply Squad, my Void Trap Hole, and my Mystical Space Typhoon. Probably was a mistake to summon the Gigantes, but I really was hoping that the Emperor Monarch wouldn't get any Monarchs off. But now it is my turn, and I will draw a card. And as you notice, this is starting to get to the hard part of the Emperor Monarch. Finally, sometimes it's really slow, sometimes it's really fast, and it can get overwhelming pretty easily. I'm just going to go ahead and set Fossil Dino in defense position because I think I have this game lost. So, it is now the Emperor's turn because I passed. Masha will resolve and summon because it was used as tribute fodder for a tribute summon last turn, and Treeborn Frog will also be special summoned because I have no spell or trap cards on the Emperor's side of the field. So the Emperor now will reveal 1 card. It is Rise Up the Storm Monarch. Masha was on the field the longest, so it goes, Rise is summoned. When this card is tribute summoned, target 1 card on the field and return that target to the top of the deck. That would be my monster. It goes to the top of the deck without being flipped up. Then the second reveal card will go ahead and activate, and it is Reinforcements of the Army. there is no monster card zones for this card to be activated and resolved to summon the warrior monster, so it will go on the bottom of the Emperor's deck. And now we go into the battle phase, because the Emperor Monarch actually does have attack position monsters. So 24, 24, 24, and 24 is more than 8,000 and is definitely more than 56, and I lose the duel. So that is how the rundown of the Emperor Monarch's deck runs and plays. Yeah. You guys will probably notice that I actually misplayed a card, and that was Delg the Dark Monarch. He was actually not able to attack the turn he was summoned, so I probably would have actually gotten a monster out and maybe would have lasted one more turn, but it's not likely. And I'd like to point out that that was a misplay of the cards in the deck and not the actual mechanics of the Emperor's deck. So if you like this gameplay / kind of preview to how the dual spirit decks will work and how the Emperor Monarch works in particular, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, share it so your friends know what you're talking about, and so that way this new variant can be definitely spread to the rest of the YugiTube community. Subscribe to me if you deem me worthy, support me if you wish. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.